Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to apologize in advance if the lighting's really weird. I just recently got studio lighting and it's kind of difficult to figure out like the settings that I like since you have to change the camera settings and all that, so I'm still getting used to that, so I apologize if the lighting is a bit off. It doesn't even look like it's focused. I don't know why. It's like hating me right now. And there's a lawnmower that's been mowing the lawn since literally 9 o'clock this morning and it's almost 12. I've been waiting for him to stop because it's really loud and you'd be able to hear it on camera. So today's video is going to be another Pretty Little Liars video. I debated on doing another review video for episode 3? Yes, episode 3. But I decided to do something a bit different. I'll actually be touching on Aria's behavior in this video. I'll touch slightly on episode 2, and also I will be talking about episode 3 as well. So I thought that would be a fun video to do, so let's just get started. So in I keep wanting to say season 2, episode 2. In episode 2 of season 6, we see that she has these photographs on her camera. There's a picture of a train, there's a picture of an old factory building, and there's a picture of a chandelier. I didn't actually touch on this in my last video because to be honest, I just completely forgot about it. I don't know why I didn't mention it. But I did talk about briefly in that other video that I did. I'll link it here down below. I did touch on her behavior in that one as well. So for episode 2 in this video, I'm just gonna go over her photographs and stuff since I just didn't put that in the other video for some reason. So if you'd like to see the entire thing on Aria and her behavior on the entire episode 2, then go to my other video. It'll be linked down below if you're interested in that. But this specifically is just going to be her photographs. So if you really look at the photographs, there's a picture of the train, the old factory, and the chandelier. Those photos that she's taken is coincidentally where A has been also. The train reminds me of season 3 episode 13, the Halloween episode where they were on the ghost train. The picture of the old factory building on her camera is suspicious enough considering there is a letter A on it. We know that Pretty Little Liars likes to place letter A's everywhere. Random clues like that, possibly foreshadowing a character's fate and or what's to come in the show. For example, Spencer in the season 3 finale, when we find out that she was A in the diner when she went to meet up with Toby, there was a big vintage sign on like above her head that had the letter A on it, and then also again in season 4 with Ezra in his apartment, he had a coffee cup that had a letter A on it. So and we also see that in season 5 as well. Aria came out of a building and there were 2 A signs parallel of each other and she was right in the middle, so you know, that's not a new thing. The letter A placements on the show just have kind of foreshadowed, you know, the characters, how Spencer was A and also Ezra kind of was, I guess. Anyways, but that old factory building reminds me of in season 4, I think, when they went to Ravenswood and they were at that magic show and then Emily disappears into the box and they go to the factory building, the old sawmill building. And my point is, obviously Aria's been there because they were all there, and obviously that had something to do with A. Oh my, what a strange coincidence that is. Okay, so now on to Aria is A hints in episode 3. In this episode we see that Aria is still going with her photography, which I think really means something since it's still going strong after like 3 episodes. This time in this episode we get to see multiple photos that she's taken on her computer. I think there must be something important about her photos because the camera allows us to see so many of them. It's not just those like 4 ones that we saw before, or 3. We get to see a whole bunch of them. She's just flipping through them on her computer. We also see the train, the old factory building, and the chandelier photographs again. So she flips through her photos, and the one that stands out to me, and apparently her, is the photo that she took of her room and there's a doll in kind of the shot in the background. Like, my question is, what is with that doll? We see it more than once in that episode, so that's gotta mean something. Anyways, when she sees that photo, it looks like she kind of realizes something, but then, you know, 2 seconds later she just kind of shakes it off. Near the end of the episode, Aria takes another photo of that doll in her room. You can also see it behind her in the mirror as she looks at herself in the mirror and takes a selfie. The classic Aria scene with the reflections in the mirror. I love it. It's back again. Not gonna lie, I was pretty excited when we saw that scene. I think it means something, especially for Aria's a theorist, so I was pretty happy when that happened. It's freaking legendary. Now, the scene with Andrew when he gets out I also found really strange. I mean, obviously. Literally right in the beginning of the episode and kind of all the way through, Aria was like, well, Andrew has to be A, it's him, like it has to be. She's still going on with that. She's still completely convinced that it's him. She's clearly still so set on Andrew being Charles or A. And then, so ridiculous, I actually laughed because of how ridiculous this is. She actually, when she saw him, they were walking outside, she actually goes up to him and says, oh my goodness, Andrew, I'm so happy that you're out. I'm sorry, what? Like, I can't even with the ridiculousness of that right now. Like, I don't get her. I don't understand her at all. I knew that was gonna happen. See, I knew that was gonna happen when I was watching it, and I was laughing because I was like, yeah, how did I know that was going to happen? From an Aria is a standpoint or point of view with this particular scene, I think she used his loyalty and willingness to help by framing him and trying to make him look guilty for the whole dollhouse Charles A whole situation. To be honest, that scene really like almost infuriated me because I freaking knew that entire time she was going to do that. Like, she was gonna blame him, he was gonna, you know, get in trouble, and then she was gonna go to him and be like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're out. Like, what are you doing? Also, I want to note a part or a situation that I find really strange is that Aria hasn't had a flashback yet. We see a flashback of hers, but we've already seen that particular scene. We saw that when she was actually in the dollhouse, but we haven't seen anything else. We've seen all the other girls when they get shocked, and I don't know why I did this. That probably is so offending. Oh my goodness. But I do this because they weren't, you know, we see later on they weren't actually shocked. But anyway, my point is we haven't seen any of her flashbacks yet, which is kind of weird. Like, we see everyone else's. And then also, before any of the girls say anything about the games or the shocking, Aria just knew and tells them that she was never actually shocked and asks them about that as well. I think she did that because she wanted to let them know that it was a trick. I've also noticed how in these 2 episodes in a row, she has been called smart. Once by Ella, her mom, and once by Allison, which I think means something because it's never really, I mean, of course all these girls are smart, but to actually point that out now, especially, I think that's really significant. So yeah, once again, I talked about Aria and the whole police station incident in my previous video, so I will link that down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts about this new season? Why do you think Aria is so shady? Or if you do think she's shady, who do you think Charles is? So yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. I think it was supposed to be very brief. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not super long. Next week for episode 4, I will be doing a reaction review video as usual. It's just that this one, for some reason, just wasn't, I just felt like it wasn't that worth it because it wasn't as intense, and I don't want to do like every single episode. That would just be a lot. So I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I hope you have a good day. I will see you in my next video. Bye!